BrunsNick here with a new ball review. Ball review. Hey everyone, welcome back to BrunsNick Ball Videos. The first bowling balls we're going to talk about are the Dv8 Turmoils. We're going to show the strengths, we're going to show the weaknesses, and we're going to also show the adjustments we made to get where we need to go. I mean, these Turmoils are great. So here it is, playing what I would call now my comfort zone. I'm 37 now. I'm not a young pup. I like to play them a little straighter. And I know what you're thinking, walled up house shot, it's very easy to get it off the cliff. There's a 42-foot pattern, and if I miss just a little bit to the right, the ball would just sail. Just happens. Switching to the Turmoil Pearl on the same line, it came in a little light. I didn't like it. So I made a 2-0 adjustment to the right, and I threw the shots, and the ball looked fantastic. The ball set up nice, went to the pins nice. And of course, always, don't forget to check the shim. Very important. Move it in about 3-4 boards. Get the ball out a little bit into the friction. The Turmoil Solid looked really good. It picked up in the right spot, and it had a lot of continuation to the pins. Sent pins flying all over the place, like this one. Switching to the Turmoil Pearl, while it's a cleaner shell, it's also more responsive cover stock. And what I mean by that is, yes, the hook potential is less on this ball, but when you move it in and you bounce off the friction to the right, it's going to give the appearance that it actually hooks more, which is sort of true, but not really. When you're on fresh, the Turmoil Solid is going to be quite a bit stronger and quite a bit more responsive. But as the lanes break down, the balls are going to flip-flop. Moving even further left with the Turmoil Solid, I'm starting to get some flat hits. A little hand position gives me a wrap 10, and then the next shot I almost wrap 10 again. So that's telling me that it's not the right ball or it's not the right surface. So we're going to try a 1500 pad on this by hand and see what kind of reaction we get from there. Scratch, 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 scratch. It's like magic. The ball picks up in the right spot, the ball goes through the pins, and the ball just becomes alive. I'd be using this ball probably at 1500 grit instead of out of the box, just because I like to throw a little harder. I was able to open up that angle a little more. Watch the ball come off the spot, almost stone 9. It's going through the pins fine. Now the Turmoil Pearl is starting to run into some issues. See, this ball is very clean, so opening up your angles and moving further left with the cover stock as it is shiny. You leave light 2-pin mixer, which are almost 2 10s. You leave a 4-pin and then a wrap 10. That's pretty much like a bowler's worst nightmare. Short of, 2 8-10 and then make an adjustment and go Greek church. That's probably the worst. But this ball is just flat out too shiny to play further left and throw it further right. What should we do? More surface. Scratch, 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 scratch. Made the Turmoil Pearl playable. I wouldn't say optimal, I'd say playable. Now between Turmoil Solid and Turmoil Pearl, I think there's a ball or two to fit that gap. I would probably bridge gap that with something like a Creed Revelation, maybe Original Creed. The Turmoil Pearl, I think, is better for when they start to dry up. That's by design. They're not made to be like a full 1-2 punch unless you use quite a bit more surface. The cover stock on the Solid is quite a bit stronger, and I think that's important. We wanted a high-performance ball at a mid-range price. So you're getting all that performance, you're getting all that hook, you're getting all that shelf appeal. That ball looks awesome. By the way, don't eat it. The Tide Pod ball, don't eat it. I'm serious, don't eat it. Don't eat it. Why don't you do me a favor and why don't you subscribe right below? There's gonna be more. If you like the videos like this, it's kind of honest. It's not the old school BrunsNick where I just struck and struck and struck. I hope you learned a little something from the ball video. Hope you learned a little something about surface management, how the balls relate to each other, and how the performance is quite a bit different. You know, I think that's the main thing, is the bowling balls aren't all the same, and that's a good thing. You know, we don't want every ball to be absolutely the same. That's pretty much all I got. These balls are out on the 15th of May. There's a solid and a pearl. Great shelf appeal, great performance. You got to check it out.